Be still, my beating heart. Yes, finally, The Acolyte has dropped. The show which looks like the absolute dregs of the dreg when it comes to Disney Star Wars. Well, good news, everybody. It lived up to that hype. Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Another dumpster fire has been thrown onto some streaming platform that nobody cares about, that's losing billions of dollars, that's dead money. Some people call it Star Wars, but it could have any other franchise name attached to it. So without further ado, let's crack on into the first episode of Leslie Headlands, the former personal assistant of Harvey Weinstein. No further comment should be necessary after that. Her vision of what the Force should be. Spoiler alert, it's lesbians and scissoring and anyway, let's get into it. Well, at least they're kind enough to tell us it's gonna be generic crap. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen more intimidating things in my toilet. So this incredible, stunning, and brave assassin has managed to track a Jedi Master to a very specific location in the middle of nowhere in this tiny town. So obviously the first thing that she does is ask where she is. I thought you'd done all that hard work. Oh, never mind. So we come to our first absolute golden nugget of the show. This little 5'0" walks into this bar, goes up to the Jedi Master, that's Trinity from the Matrix, throws off her robes, says, "We've got unfinished business. Come at me with all your strength." Unsurprisingly, everybody at the table bursts into laughter, which is actually the same reaction that I had when I heard this. I'm so glad that they just decided to go with the first draft of everything. So she starts fighting with all the aliens, and then we realize that she's clothed in head to toe with plot armor as somebody tries to get a gun out of just a regular holster. Doesn't seem to be anything different about it and can't for some reason, which prevents her from being shot with a gun and manages to disarm the person accordingly. This plot armor will continue all throughout the fight with Trinity. Carrie-Anne then says to the woman, "Hey, remember when I was in the Matrix? Leslie Headland does, so we're just gonna do Matrixy stuff, because Matrix, this is Star Wars referencing Matrix, which is actually infinitely better than this, but okay. You can tell that she's clothed in plot armor because Carrie-Anne Moss is actually easily deflecting and reversing and blocking every single attack that this woman throws at her. Sorry, this them throws at her. And so it just doesn't make any sense that she's going to lose this fight, but she doesn't lose this fight. She wins the fight. That's just the problem. She wins the fight, but the show has to make her lose the fight. The lass has 2 daggers, one in each hand, and again, she easily manages to deflect, parry, etc., disarms one of the daggers, and then takes the other from her and could easily just stab her now, but she decides not to, revealing her identity, making her say, "Oh, what are you doing here?" Quite blatantly recognizing who it is, because that, mask really blocked everything. And then she says, "What are you doing here?" And Stunning McBrave responds with, "I'm here to kill you." No fucking shit, Sherlock. The glow sticks come out and the assassin says, "A Jedi doesn't draw her weapon unless she's willing to kill." Well, actually, if you're referring to Jedi, then you're referring to a bunch of aliens and males and females. But of course, this is a Leslie Headland lesbian show and everything must be referred to as female because guess what? Spoiler alert, kids. The Force is going to become female in this show, and I ain't even fucking kidding you. So the little lady throws a dagger down to the barman that's decided to stay for some reason, and the Jedi, the master, the clever, the stunning, the I've easily blocked you at every single path and opportunity so far, decides to turn all their attention away from the assassin to stop the dagger, as opposed to just going like that with one hand and keeping all their focus on there because that's what she can easily do, which we've seen. But she doesn't, because plot armor, and she needs to. You deserve to die. You deserve to die. You are a shit Jedi, Trinity. I'm sorry. Like Carrie-Anne Moss. Like Carrie-Anne Moss a lot. Shit Jedi, though. And yes, the assassin looks just as confused as we are as to how she managed to win that fight, but never mind. The assassin then goes to retrieve her dagger that she threw at the barman to kill him and is about to stab him, and then realizes that he's got a little babby with him, and so she doesn't kill him because she's not a monster. She's just a monster. Compassion. Star Wars! Talking about Star Wars! Disney Star Wars! It's fucking shite! Cut to a spaceship where the assassin wakes up with exactly the same hairdo, but without the thing on the forehead, and completely a different character, but obviously the twin sister of the first person that we just saw, because it's not exactly difficult to work out, but this is Disney Star Wars, and they went to the same hairdresser and said, hey, you know my sister who I haven't seen since I was a kid, since my family was wiped out, my villagers were wiped out all that time ago. I want exactly the same fucking haircut as her, because it's Disney fucking Star Wars! What I'm trying to say is this is really stupid. Hashtag stop Asian. Hey, don't worry. They're not Asian anymore. Don't worry about it. Okay. So apparently there's a problem with the shield generator, so she has to go outside of the ship, and as she's trying to repair it, sorry, them are trying to repair it, a fire breaks out in the vacuum of space with flickering flames, because it's Disney Star Wars. So them are looking at the fire, and she gets this PTSD flashback in her head. She can hear voices of when she was a child screaming, oh my God, shit going down. I'm just thinking to myself, wow, what a great plot contrivance this is. I mean, does every time this thing, woman, they see fire, she goes all fucking PTSD mode? Hey, sweetheart, would you like a ciggy? Flick up. PTSD. Oh, sorry, my bad. Let's relax by the fireplace and cook up some marshmallows. My God, PTSD. Okay, God, shit. Okay, let's go inside and just have a relax, by the roaring fire. My God, PTSD. But I don't know. I guess plot's just got to happen. So contrivances and all that. Then she puts the fire out in space where there's no oxygen. It's a vacuum. She puts the fire out. Now, I don't want to nitpick, but I'm going to nitpick. You see, this Jedi Knight, who's been a Jedi Knight for 2 years, apparently. Jedi Knight, by the way, not Jedi Master. Just want to make that perfectly clear. Has arrived onto the ship with his Padawan. So a Jedi in training. This is important, not trying to nitpick. And they have been brought on to apprehend this woman for the assassination of a Jedi Master. So a person that killed a Jedi Master is being apprehended by a Jedi Knight and a Padawan because they think that would be sufficient to bring in an assassin that killed a Jedi Master. I'm not trying to nitpick, but you got to work out the logic of these things. Then we get the mother of all exposition dumps by this dude. By the way, I think this is the guy that said Anakin Skywalker blew up the Death Star. Don't worry about it. This is also the guy that says there's no good or evil in Star Wars. Yeah, this is the guy. Anyway, he says to the last, oh, by the way, let me just give you a life story. You joined the Jedi Order as 8 years old when your mother's died, because that's all Star Wars is now. It's virtue signaling twat waffles like Leslie Headland forcing her own lifestyle onto things because they don't care about Star Wars. They just care about pushing this kind of crap into everything. As I've already mentioned, yes, the Force is going to turn out to be the product of two scissoring lesbians. And I'm not even f***ing kidding. Watch out for episode 3 and episode 4, people. It will kill any interest any of you have if you are watching this with any interest of Star Wars. But we know that she's got PTSD from fire. She's got the same fucking haircut as a mystery twin. And also, she's got mummies instead of a mummy and a daddy. Star Wars! Disney Star Wars! Fucking So they say, we're here to investigate the death of Master Trinity, and you match the description, and Master Trinity was the one that recommended that you be kicked out of the Jedi Order. And she went, wait. It was my decision to leave and no one else's. It was the hardest decision, but it was my decision. Well, no, not really, because they just literally said that Master Trinity went, get this, King Bin out of here. So it looks like you were on your way out whether you liked it or not, sweetheart. Sweetheart, they, them. Then they, them goes and actually says the thing out loud. She says, do you think I managed to overpower a Jedi Master and destroy them? And then you come along just as a Jedi Knight with a fucking Padawan to arrest me? Make it make sense. But seriously, make it make sense. Even she's saying it doesn't make sense. But what unfortunately she's saying is the plot and you being here to take her into custody doesn't make sense. And I agree. So well done. Wait, what is going on? So now the Padawan goes and brings the barkeep to come in and say, that's her. That's the one that killed the Jedi Master. So now you've got the only fucking witness. You've got a Jedi Knight and a Padawan against somebody that you believe just murdered a Jedi Master. And you... Make it make sense, Star Wars! So what's stopping her from just murking all of you? Oh, got rid of the only witness as well. Excellent. Cheers, you fucking morons. Now, before any of you think I might be being a bit harsh here, I have to pay the show a compliment, legitimately. It is doing something really, really well. Making sure there are no white men in it. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Making sure those crackers aren't in there, you know. Don't want none of them in there. Get them out of here. It's Disney Star Wars. Get them out of here. So Master Squid Game says to the little Padawans, he says, close your eyes. Your eyes deceive you. Connect to the Force. What do you see? One little girl's like, balance. Another little girl's like, I don't know, My Little Pony. And then this one girl says, fire. I see fire consuming everything. And I'm just like, holy shit, you're lucky this isn't Luke Skywalker. Because when you go to bed, sweetheart, he's going to come in your room and try and fucking kill you. So this green, I'd say baldy, but, you know, that would be used as sort of an insult. And fucking hell, talk about pot calling the kettle black. But this green bald thing comes in and he's like, oh, hi, Master Jedi, I guess. How did you get this job on this TV show? She went, oh, I'm Leslie Headland's wife in real life. So scissoring with the boss got me this job. And I was like, nepotism. Fucking love it. She says, look, I'm aware that Master Trinity was your friend, so I'm sorry. And he's like, yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that she came to a violent end. And he went, it's okay. We apprehended the person that killed her. It's an old Padawan of yours. We just sent a little Padawan of our own and a Jedi Knight, not a Jedi Master, to take this apparent assassin of a Jedi Master into custody. And we also brought the only witness to the actual event of the murder to the ship so she could murder them as well. And he went, fucking hell, you're dumb! And she went, yeah, this is written by some fucking idiot. She then says, hey, look, if it comes out that a former Jedi, you know, killed one of our own. And I'm like, no, stop. She wasn't a former Jedi. She was a Padawan in training and she washed out. So she wasn't a Jedi. Just make it make sense. Just make it make sense. 20 minutes in and we get our first white dude. But don't worry, folks. He's a criminal, so it's okay. But this lass, they, them have got their own cell because, I don't know, I think they're pro-segregation or something. So the guy says to her, he says, hey, is it true that you killed a Jedi? And she, sorry, they, them. It's my bad. I am terrible at misgendering women as women. Anywho, let's carry on. And he says, she says, obviously the only logical line that there would be, and that would be, how would you know? And he says, but she doesn't, of course. And he's just like, yeah, I read the script. Now, come on. We're trying to escape. Do you want to escape with her? She's like, oh my goodness me, no, that would be a naughty thing. And so he just does this. and it reprograms a droid over there that then reprograms the pilot droids, and then the ship's taken over. Because how many plot contrivances do you need? We're 20 minutes into the show. So when they escape, look, I'm really bad. When they've escaped, she's like, hey, you remember me, the person who didn't want to escape with you? Get me out of here. And quite rightly, he goes, no. Can we make this make sense? Can we make this make sense? Oh my God. So the ship is now spinning out of control, which, by the way, seems to be exactly the same ship as the Jedi arrived on, but the Jedi aren't here now. Don't know. Anywho, it hits a rock, which makes some cabinet open, which makes her robot fall out, which falls right by her hand, because plot contrivances everywhere. So they, them tries to use the Force to bring it to her, them, and fails. And it's like, but luckily the ship bounces again and it just falls right by her hand because this is written by a 5-year-old. But Az, you're being harsh. This is Star Wars. This is made for children. You know, the show that's pushing LGBTQIA plus 2A spirited, that excludes white people because it's full of racial hatred. And also the Force is now female, created by 2 lesbian scissoring. That's for kids. Don't think about it too much. You know, one day somebody's actually going to create a security door that's, I don't know, secure. Oh my God! So there's a prisoner that had this alien creature in its mouth controlling its brain because it was clearly psycho, something, seriously wrong with it. Maybe they were part of the June movement. Who knows? But she's got a pathway through to the escape pod, but she said they them says, no, I can't leave without this prisoner psycho guy. So she zaps the creature that's stopping it from functioning out of its mouth, and he just gets up and goes, charges straight into the escape pod and ejects without her. Them! Ejects without them! So I went back and I checked, and yes, this is the same ship that the Jedi arrived on, but when she was being taken into custody, the Jedi didn't get on board the ship. But only one ship arrived to take her into custody, so how the fuck are the Jedi getting back? Make sense! Because, of course, if the Jedi were on the ship when this went down, none of this would have gone down, so they needed the Jedi not to be on the ship, the only ship that arrived to her ship to take her into custody. Them into custody, so they had to leave the Jedi on that ship, so the Jedi... This is written by fucking idiots! Careful, love, you don't want to go near that fire. You might get yourself a PTSD flashback or something. So a ship going into orbit, out of control, never mind at the wrong trajectory, would just vaporize in... Don't think about it. Don't think about it, because she straps herself into a chair and does this. She ducks and covers, so she's gonna be fine from the fucking nuclear explosion. God damn it! I meant they, them, not her! These twin sisters have got more plot armor than a character from Season 8 of Game of Thrones. So Master Squid Game is looking longingly at a picture of one of the twins when she was 8 years old, which is concerning, but also at the same time it's a Disney product, and so fits perfectly in with their mentality. Now he explains to the Padawan who's found its way back to the Coruscant Jedi Temple on what ship? Who fucking knows, because the ship that she came on fucked off with the prisoners. Anywho, never mind that. She says, why have you got that picture of the 8-year-old girl? It's really fucking weird. And he says, no. He says, these are lessons. I keep these not through sentiment, but these are lessons. Because and she says, don't learn from the past, then we're doomed to repeat it. And I'm like, yes, just like we're living in 1930s Germany right now with you weirdos. Leslie Headland's wife and Master Squid Game, they've caught the prisoners that went in the escape pod, and they're all accusing the little black them of all the problems that happened, obviously, because repression, I guess. And then he says to the guy, the crazy guy with the fucking xenomorph thing in his mouth, he says, what happened? And he's just like, oh, she helped me and I betrayed her because I'm white. Oh, thank goodness me. Look, the spaceship that was absolutely out of control, that went through the atmosphere of a planet and didn't burn up, that then smashed down onto the ground below and didn't fucking explode in a ball of flames or was torn into 1,000 pieces, is absolutely fine. Oh, whew. Phew. I was worried for a minute then, and by worried, I mean not remotely worried at all, because the plot armor is that thick. Seriously, not even a fucking scratch. Not that that would even matter, but not even a fucking scratch on her. They, them. Not even a scratch on they, them. So, Jedi Knight Boy is just topless, steaming his robes for some reason, okay? And then he says, Master Squid Game, I apologize. I should have brought in the Jedi assassin that murdered a Jedi Master myself, but I decided to leave them on the ship that I came in for some fucking reason, so that some droid that looked like a steroided C-3PO could get its head ripped off and then escape from the fucking ship. My bad. I'll try to redeem myself. I hate this show. I hate it. It's shit. It's written by a 2-year-old. I said 5 earlier. I'm taking 3 years off them. Then the Padawan has to tell her teacher to put his clothes on because her teacher's a fucking moron. And actually, I agree with her. I agree with the Padawan here. So them sees a vision of a young girl in the ship and she starts racing after it. And then the young girl turns around and, oh, look, it's her as a child. Uh-oh, fire. We all know what this means. PTSD moment. So she's tripping balls. She's seeing her sister as a kid. Now she's a kid. I feel like I've had my brain sucked out by a straw at the end of bloody Starship Troopers right now. Can you just end? Please. I know I've got 7 more episodes of this crap, but please, can you just end? I just want to go. I just want to leave now. Thank you. But wait, it was all a dream because of the horrendous crash that she had when them had. And when them wakes back up, they are, again, absolutely in no capacity injured from the starship that smashed through the atmosphere at a weird fucking angle and didn't blow up, that then careened down to the surface of the planet, landed, smash, boom. Them is fine. Whew. Then she picks up her plug-in mobile phone and says, oh, look, you're okay. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's metal. You're fucking flesh and bone, you dopey twat. And you've just smashed through an atmosphere, smashed onto a planet, and you haven't even got a single scratch on you. You should be like, holy shit, how the fuck am I not dead? Oh, God, please make this stop. So Master Squid Game's on the ship as they're traveling, and the little Padawan says, permission to speak. I like this little Padawan the most out of any of these characters so far. Anywho, never mind. And she says, how do you know Osha? And he says, well, many years ago, I was actually stationed on her home planet. Then her twin sister started a fire and burnt down all of the shit, and her family died, and she was the only sole survivor. And then the Padawan says, twin sister? That wasn't in the file? Do you possibly think that and then Master Squid Game's like, oh, no, that would never be a possibility. The Jedi are retarded. So not to be that guy, but the Jedi Master Squid Game, that said to his Padawans as he was teaching earlier in the episode, don't believe your eyes deceive you, says, I saw her twin, May, die. No wonder the Jedi get all wiped out. They're all fucking dumb. They're dumb and stupid. Then the other two get ready to land, and Master Squid Game looks longingly in the distance and thinks, maybe I'm fucking shit. So they land and investigate the crash vessel, and they say, there is no way anyone could have survived this. And I'm like, right? Absolutely right. And yet, not a single scratch upon their being. So Master Squid Game tracks Osha through a cave, and then she says, hey, have you ever seen The Fugitive? And he says, no, I'm Korean. And she says, never mind, but instead of a waterfall, it's a cliff edge here. I didn't do it. Come in, we're gonna arrest you for being naughty poopy. Then she walks off the edge of the cliff because she's a fucking idiot. So he stops her using the force. I would have just let her fall, mate. Just let her fall. Let this fucking thing be over. So he tugs her, force grabs her, whatever, up to the top of the cliff again. And he's like, Osha, with a big smile on his face. And she says, May's alive. And the man that said to the Padawan just moments ago, don't be stupid, says, I believe you. I believe all little black they, them women who aren't women because you're they, thems. I believe you through affirmative action or something. I don't know. This writing is fucking garbage. So we then cut to voice distorted Smilo Ren. Shout out Mauler for that one. And he's talking about the Jedi, and he says, if you attack a Jedi with a weapon, you will fail. Well, apart from this bint here that attacked a Jedi with a weapon and fucking killed them. Admittedly, because they were stupid and Master Trinity was dumb as... But never mind. Worst Jedi ever. But clearly, if you attack a Jedi with a weapon, there's a possibility you could kill them. Steel or laser are no threat to them. Well, apart from when they are and when they kill them. Can you please make this make sense? But you can't because it's fucking trash. And the Dom just doesn't stop. An Acolyte kills without a weapon. Apart from the Acolyte that killed with weapons. Can we just stop? Stop. I've had enough. See you in the next episode. This is absolute fucking trash. Goodbye. Wait a minute. I think I realized where all the problems lie. Holy shit.